Surviving winter for fat loss. So I know this is a struggle that a lot of people face. As soon as it hits winter, it gets a bit colder. I've been experiencing it with my clients. I knew it was winter as soon as they were messaging me like, oh, I just found it really hard this week getting up because it's been so cold getting out of bed. And I was like, we need to fix this now. We need to plan for it. And that's what we've done. So I thought I'd share a bit of advice for you guys as well so we can stay on track with our fat loss goals while surviving the winter ultimately. Making your mornings easier to start. So whether it's having your workout clothes laid out the night before or having the heater on so that when you get up in the morning you're warm, or maybe you'll have a few more blankets on you, you'll be wearing a hoodie or just warmer clothes in general. So it's a lot easier for you to get up and go to, get ready and do your workout. Because that is, as I said, one thing my clients are struggling just to get out of bed and go do their workouts. They're sleeping in a lot more and they only have time just to go get up and go to work. A simple way to phrase it is the plate is easier to clean if there's less on it. If you can get your preparation right and there's less things for you to do in the morning and it's not as hard to actually physically get up and go do what you need to do, it is going to be a whole lot easier to stick to it. Shifting your workout timing if needed. Obviously, if it's going to be winter, it's going to be colder in the morning, so it is perfectly fine for you to move your sessions later on in the day or, into the afternoon or the night time if possible. I know it's not for absolutely everyone because not everyone can do that with their schedule and just, completely change a certain time. But if you have the ability to do that, it's perfectly fine. There is no difference from you working out in the morning or the afternoon or night for your progress, right? I know that there's a bit of a thing going around that people actually believe that working out in the daytime or the nighttime has a big impact. It has none at all. It's purely just the time that you're working out at. So don't believe all that. Remember that consistency is going to be perfection. So instead of trying to be perfect, look, if you have the occasional slip up during the winter, no one is going to blame you if you've had work all day and you're meant to be going to the gym after work at night time and it's cold. You get outside, it's raining on your way to the car, and now you're cold and wet and probably going to get sick, and you just want to go home and have a warm shower. No one is going to blame you for that. Look, if it's going to be it's going to be rainy every day, then we're going to prepare for it a bit better. You might take a rain jacket or an umbrella with you next time so that doesn't happen. But there is going to be days where it just seems like the world is a bit against you. So as long as we can stay consistent, then we're still going to get results. Realistically, perfection, we can't really expect that. There's always going to be things in the way. Next one is don't rely on motivation and build a routine. It is discipline that is going to get you the consistent results that you're after, because motivation is of course going to dip in winter because it's colder. No one really wants to do anything. You want to stay at home, be in the blanket, be warm, have that hot chocolate, have a few sweet treats while you watch a movie. Make sure you focus on routine building. So with your workouts, you might anchor this onto something that you do. For example, you might go for like a morning walk, and that might be a warm up because you've already gotten outside and you've already embraced the cold. You might go do your morning walk with the dog and then go do your workout straight away. So whether it means that you wake up a little bit earlier so you can fit that in, or you cut some time on your walk with the dog, or maybe you even might move it completely, as I said, to the afternoon. Just find what works for you. Warming up properly, so colder weather, colder muscles and tougher sessions for sure, and definitely takes a lot longer to warm up. What I would encourage is starting your sessions with a few minutes of dynamic movements indoors. So whether it's skipping, bodyweight exercise, you might do some bodyweight squats and you might just flip around and do whatever you like just to get warm. It doesn't matter what you do, just do some sort of dynamic movements to get yourself warm, because going straight into it is not going to do you any favors. You're going to feel weaker because you're colder. It's just a thing, it happens. So don't go into your session without a warm up and then not be able to do the same weights you used to do and be like, oh, I'm getting weaker. You probably just need to warm up a bit better. So even if it's star jumps, whatever you do, just do something. Comfort food swaps. So obviously everyone likes a bit of a sweet treat, and it's what keeps the fat loss process sustainable, being able to have your sweet treats on a regular basis so you're not getting those intense cravings. But what happens when it gets to the winter and it's a bit colder? We've got to swap these out a bit. If you usually have ice cream at night, which is cold, that might not be the go-to anymore. Now it might be a bit of a warm hot chocolate with some marshmallows on top. That might mean that you go to the shops and you buy that low-calorie hot chocolate powder, and then you buy some very small marshmallows, the ones that are like barely any calories because they're just that tiny, and you load them up rather than the big ones. You might even buy some no sugar chocolate sauce to top it with. Whatever you do, there is going to be swaps that you ultimately have to make with your favorite foods. Doesn't mean you have to cut out your favorite foods. You just got to tweak them slightly to suit, I guess, the scenario that you're in. track less rigidly and focus more on structure. Don't worry about having to, track every bite and being so concerned during the day, like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm getting this and that. People are often gonna fall off because it's too hard to track every bite. And the one thing I can say is preparation. And even if you take 5 minutes the night before when you're in bed all warm to plan your day of eating for the next day and plan how it's all going to fit into your nutritional goals, it is going to save you from when you're, cold, busy, and tired and hungry on the day and having to make meal decisions about what's going to fit your nutritional goals and all that during the day. So the less decisions we have to make, the better. And yeah, as I said, structure and preparation when your motivation drops is going to be essentially your best friend, which is what I'm saying here. So winter doesn't mean you have to fall off track. It doesn't mean that everyone's just going to completely go down the hole. It's just about adjusting your approach and making it work for you. And even if you have to dial some things down, you might do like one less workout or you might spend less time in the gym. Whatever it is, even if you just dial it down, don't completely switch it off because, as I said, consistency is better than perfection. If you guys have any personal winter tips that you use, don't forget to comment it below so you can help maybe someone else out and so I can check them out and see what you guys are doing. And don't also forget to subscribe if you want more helpful fat loss advice. I'm making videos like this every week, so subscribe and don't miss out. I will see you guys in the next.